Okay, so for the last one here, we've got a, got a work problem. Ken can clear the snow by himself in 4 hours. So he does T fourths of the job, or 1/4 of the job per hour, times his time, T, okay? And then Bettina can clear it in 8 hours, but she's been working for 1 hour by herself. So her time will be time plus 1. And how long will it take him to do the whole job? Let's multiply everything by 8. 8, 8, 8. The 8 cancels against the 4 for a 2. 2 times T plus, these two cancel, so we have T plus 1 equals 8. 2T and another T is 3T, plus 1 is 8. Subtract 1 from each side. And we get 3T is 7, so T is 7/3. Fraction 7/3. If you have any questions, give me a call or drop me a line. When you start this lesson 4-8.4, notice that you have to take the quiz first. So why don't you get that done? And we're going to be adding, subtracting, and multiplying and dividing radical expressions in this lesson. The first thing you'll notice is that just like we had to have a common denominator when we were adding them, we also have to have a common radical when we're taking the root. Well, the cube root of, or the square root of 300 is 3 times 100. And the square root of 100 is 10, so we have 10 times 4, which is 40, square root 3. We can take a square root of 3 out of, divide 108 by 3, and we get 36. So that's minus, the square root of 36 is 6 root 3, and we can take a 3 out of 241, and we're left with 81. Square root of 81 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45, square root 3. 40 and 45 is 85 minus 6 is 79, square root 3. Square root 3. Next one. Same kind of a thing. Square root of 80 is 5 times the root of 16, and the root of 16 is 4. So it's a root of 5, and then 16 on the inside is 4 on the outside, but there's already 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Square root of 20 is 4 times 5. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6, square root 5. And then take a 5 out of 45, that's 9 times 5. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 7 is 21, square root 5. 16 and 6 is 22, minus 21 is square root 5, or 1 square root 5. Next one. Now we're doing fourth roots. The fourth root of x to the fifth, well, that's x to the fourth times x, and the fourth root of x to the fourth is x. So it's 4x, fourth root, xy, minus 3x, fourth root, xy. 4x minus 3x is 1x, or just x, fourth root, xy. Number 4. Now we're going to multiply, 2 2 times the square root of 2 times the square root of 32 is the square root of 64 minus 3 square root 2. Square root of 64 is 8, so it's 8 minus 3 square root 2. Next one. Oh, by the way, you can do this one on your calculator. So you would press square root 2 and then parentheses square root 32 minus 3 close parentheses, and your calculator says 8 minus 3 square root 2. Oops. Next one. Multiply this. You can do this one on your calculator too. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9. The middle terms cancel out in this kind. And so you're left with 7 times negative 7, which is negative 49. Square root of 9 is 3. 3 minus 49 is negative 46. Number 6, same kind of a thing. Oops. Square root of 7 times square root of 7 is square root of 49, minus square root of 5 times the square root of 5 is the square root of 25. Notice the middle terms cancel out again, and we have 7 minus 5, which is 2. So this really does simplify down, doesn't it? All right, this one, we've got this, and as I said, all of these could be done on your calculator. This one can't because it's got an x in it. Square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is not square root of 9, x squared, minus 10 times negative 10 is 100. Square root of 9 is 3, square root of x squared is x, so it's 3x minus 100. Or, I'm sorry, minus, 100. Next one. Now they say rationalize the denominator. We can't have a square root in the denominator. To get rid of it, we multiply both top and bottom by the root of 2, and the numerator becomes 11 times 2, which is the root of 22, and the denominator is the square root of 4, but the square root of 4 is 2, and now we no longer have a radical in the denominator, so our answer is the square root of 22 over 2. Now on your calculator, if you press square root fraction 11 over 2, your calculator says square root of 22 over 2. So it's able to rationalize the denominator. Fraction key, square root 22 over 2. Next one. Still we're rationalizing the denominator. Oops, cancel. We could multiply numerator and denominator by 50, but I'm going to show you that there is an easier way to do it, because the square root of 50, well, let's get the, I'm going to divide this out so that I have the square root of 50 on the denominator. That's 5 square root 2. So the only thing we're really missing in the denominator is another square root 2. So we multiply top and bottom by the square root of 2, and we get the square root of 6 over square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is 2 times 5 is 10. So we would say negative fraction key square root 6 over 10. Number 10. Negative 3 root 10 over root m. Multiply top and bottom by the root of m. And we have negative 3 root 10m over m. Negative fraction key 3 square root 10 m over m. Number 11. All right, the square root of 48. 48 divided by 3 is 16, and the square root of 16 is 4. So that's 4 square root 3. And the square root of m cubed is m root m. And then the denominator is n, square root of n. Remember, you've got a negative sign out front. We have to multiply numerator and denominator by the root of n. And we will have negative 4m root 3mn over square root of n times the square root of n is the square root of n squared, which is n. So our answer is negative fraction key 4m root 3mn over n. Number 12. Now we have to multiply by the conjugates. And the conjugate is always the exact same fraction that you see with changing the sign. Okay? Square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 4, which is 2. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So the denominator is 1. Multiply out the numerator, you have square root of 10 minus the square root of 5. So your answer is square root 10 minus square root 5. Square root 10 minus square root 5. Okay, let's try this one. Root m minus 16 over root m minus 16 over root m plus 4. We're going to multiply top and bottom by root m minus 4. And we get the denominator is m minus 16. The numerator is m root m. So that's the firsts. Outside is minus 4m. Insides is minus 16 root m. And lasts is plus 64. Now let's factor that by grouping. I'm going to group these two together and take out an m. And I'm left with root m minus 4. Group these two together and take out a negative 16. I'm left with root m minus 4. So my factored form is m minus 16 square root m minus 4. These two cancel, and so my final answer is square root m minus 4. Square root m minus 4. Next one. Seven over square root x plus y. Okay, multiply top and bottom by the square root of x plus y, square root of x plus y, and we're left with 7 square root x plus y over x plus y. That's letter C, isn't it? C. Number 15. Now they want us to evaluate, that is, tell what it is in numbers. Negative 4 to the 5 halves. This is the radical, so it's the square root of of 4 to the 5th. Okay, so the square root of 4 is 2 2 to the 5th is 32. Put the negative sign in front, and you would have negative 32. Now you can do that one on your calculator, and it'll get you the same answer. Next one. Square root of 64 is 8. X to the 6th is 3 pairs of 2. Square root of the 2's cancel, and so you're left with x to the 3rd. 8 x to the 3rd Next one, find the distance between these 2 points. We've done a lot of that distance between points business, haven't we? All right. From negative 9 to negative 129 is 120 squared. From 1 to negative 26 is 27 squared. So on our calculator, we would press 120 squared plus 27 squared equals, I get 15,129. If I type the square root of that answer, I get 123. So the exact Okay, so for the last one here, we've got a, got a work problem. Ken can clear the snow by himself in 4 hours. So he does T fourths of the job, or 1/4 of the job per hour, times his time, T, okay? And then Bettina can clear it in 8 hours, but she's been working for 1 hour by herself. So her time will be time plus 1. And how long will it take him to do the whole job? Let's multiply everything by 8. 8, 8, 8. The 8 cancels against the 4 for a 2. 2 times T plus. These 2 cancel, so we have T plus 1 equals 8. 2t and another t is 3t, plus 1 is 8, subtract 1 from each side, and we get 3t is 7, so t is 7/3. Fraction 7/3. If you have any questions, give me a call or drop me a line.